Welcome, what is up? Thank you for tuning back into the Chaos Slayer. Of course, I'm Chris Chaos here with the 411 for Smackdown Live. Listen, what can I say? Smackdown Live tonight was just a fantastic show, I thought. The one bad part about Smackdown to me was the Fashion Files thing, just because I'm kind of just over it. It's entertaining, but, I mean, is the Ascension dead now? I mean, what gives? SmackDown opens with Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon kind of agreeing, but kind of disagreeing, but kind of, whatever. I want to see, and I think the way it's kind of played out is Daniel Bryan is going to eventually side with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going forward. Of course, Daniel made the match, but then Shane made it no disqualification with Randy Orton and then barred Sami Zayn from ringside, which, by the way, was funny because the brawl of the match goes away from ringside, so enter Sami Zayn. He never went to ringside. It was no DQ. He got involved with the chair. It is what it is. Perfect loophole in the scenario. So I loved it. And Kevin Owens to get the win was just... Those two guys have really good chemistry, but I want to see it expanded. I want to see more. And I think we will going forward. New Day and Benjamin and Gable had a good match. No flags thrown. Nothing really to write home about, except for that drop kick that Xavier hit was just awesome looking. Hype Bros lost again to the Blood Brothers, and then Mojo turns on Zack, which is funny because I thought the way that this was being set up is that Zack was going to turn on Mojo. So they surprised me. I still like being able to be surprised at something that's taking place on WWE TV, and credit to Vince or whoever came up with the idea tonight to have Mojo be the one that actually turned. So I like that. Bobby Roode and Baron Corbin seems like they're going to be building probably the match for those two at Clash of Champions on the 17th. Or whenever it is, I think it's the 17th. Ruby Riot, dubbing the team the Riot Squad, very nice, like the name, and a fantastic promo. There's several different ways that you can make an impact on your debut, or whatever, to when you're new on like the main roster anyway, or even in NXT, just new anywhere. Promos, to me, in my opinion, are the best way to do it. Tried and true method works every time. If you can get over on a mic, if you can deliver when there's a live mic in front of you, you're going to be gold. And she did that tonight. Now, Charlotte, Naomi, and Natty versus the Riot Squad. It wasn't the match that I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be a really, really good actual 6-women tag match. Natty leaves during the match. Naomi gets taken out. And Charlotte looked awful in her selling. Like, she just looked really stiff, really off of her game, which is something that I can't say that I ever have really said about Charlotte. That's something that Charlotte's usually just on her game so much that you can't, there's not a lot of places to poke holes. Tonight that wasn't the case. Everybody has a bad night. Of course, she'll know because as being in-ring performers, when you do something that feels really good. You also know when you do stuff that feels really, really bad. Trust me, I know from experience, when you have those bad matches, you have those bad performances, you grow from them. So it's good to have them, but very sporadically, because you don't want to be consistent on having those matches. To me, like I said, SmackDown was good, and I'm so glad that we didn't get the same thing with the Riot Squad that we got with Absolution last night, because I got on here and bitched and moaned about it being the same thing that we saw the night before, with the 3 girls debuting and coming in, tearing everybody up. And it was good TV, but let's just do something a little different. Let's find a different way to affect the show, and they did that tonight. They actually had the match and completely dominated, and then won the match. So no flags, all praise. And I don't love the fact that Ruby kind of nicknamed or put the moniker of the Firecracker on Liv Morgan. I'm not there yet. She hasn't, to me, proved that she is like worthy of something like that. Her personality doesn't say it. You know, her performance in the ring doesn't say it. It needs to kind of come off of something real. This doesn't work for me, but everything else they did was fine. Great. So, no flags. Loved it. Keep up the good work, Smackdown and the writers, because Smackdown, to me, still remains the better show. 2 hours is just a better time frame. 3 hours is a long, long show. And that's what's hurting Raw. I've said it for a long time, and I'll continue to say it. But it'll never change, probably. Something drastic is going to happen for that to change. So we just deal with what we have to and move on. And so, as of now, I'm moving on. So I will see you guys probably next week. I might talk a little NXT tomorrow night. Doubt it. I'll probably tweet about it, most definitely. Something that catches my eye. So, until tomorrow night, hit me up on Twitter at TheEnterChaos, and I will always give you gold, because that's all I know how to give anyone that follows me. So, until then, deuces, as always, Chaos out.